Imagine constantly rewriting, say, a 500-word instruction manual over and over just to
Yep.
get one consistent result from your AI.
Right. The real headache in a lot of modern AI work isn't about being creative.
Yeah.
It's the repetition. It's just exhausting.
Yeah, we're talking about serious prompt fatigue, that burnout feeling. But there's a fix now from a major platform, and the key thing is it's actually portable. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the source material on this new AI feature they're calling Skills.
And this isn't just like a minor shortcut. It feels more like a fundamental shift, moving away from writing those endless prompts towards building reusable, detailed rulebooks for your AI.
So we're going to unpack what these skills really are, how they stack up against older methods like custom instructions, and importantly, how you can actually build them and then use them across different platforms. Think Claude, ChatGPT, maybe others down the line.
Yeah, our goal today is pretty straightforward. Give you a clear map, a way to create these powerful, portable abilities that could genuinely save you hours.
Okay, let's unpack that starting point. Before this skills idea, pretty much everything relied on you crafting that perfect prompt, right? The big instruction you feed the AI.
Totally. Need a financial analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, write a huge, detailed prompt. Need a presentation draft. Another one. Complex job search plan. Yep, you guessed it, another massive prompt. And doing this day in, day out,
Yeah.
it's mentally draining. You're basically tweaking similar instructions constantly, and that friction, it just makes hard work feel, well, tiring and inefficient.
The source used a good analogy. It's like having this incredibly smart assistant, but you still have to explain exactly how to make coffee, exactly how to organize files every single morning. That constant reset, it's taxing, even with a template.
Precisely. But why is that constant re-explaining so mentally tough when the AI is so powerful?
Well, it boils down to the mental load, right? Switching context and having to double check that every single instruction is perfect every single time.
So what's really interesting is how a skill is defined here. It's basically a detailed rule book. It holds all the instructions, all the preferences for one specific task. And you only build it once.
And the key part, I think, is that the AI uses the right skill automatically when the topic comes up.
Yeah.
You don't have to tag it or remember to say use skill X. That auto detection feels like the real game changer.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. Where the AI kind of forgets the complex rules you gave it way back at the start of a long chat, this auto detection thing, that could be a huge step away from that whole problem.
Okay, so let's draw a distinction. The older methods, like custom instructions in ChatGPT, they're sort of like one general sticky note the AI always reads, right? Which can cause issues.
Exactly. That's how you end up with your super formal business expert AI trying to write a love poem using corporate jargon. It doesn't know when not to apply the instruction. Skills, though, are different. They're like having a whole shelf of specialized books. The AI only grabs the Excel data analysis skill book when you actually start talking about spreadsheets and data.
Which makes the output cleaner, more accurate. And you can have, maybe 20 of these specialized rule books ready to go.
Yeah.
But these complex rules, they need a simple container, right? How are they packaged so they can be shared easily?
Yeah, it's surprisingly simple. They're just plain text files, usually marked down, all bundled up together in a standard zip file.
And the nice thing is, you don't need to be some kind of prompt engineering guru to get started. The AI actually guides you through making one.
Yeah, the process starts pretty easily in the Claude settings. You just find skills or maybe capabilities, turn on custom skills, and you're good to go.
Then you start a chat. Say you want to create a new skill, and this seems important. You ask Claude to act like an expert in building these things. Then it starts asking you the key questions.
That's right. The AI will ask about the primary goal for the skill, the specific brand tone of voice you need, and who your target audience is. It kind of forces you to get clear on the basics.
The source material gave some good examples, like the brand voice was defined as a friendly, knowledgeable friend, and there were banned words, never use cheap, or buy now, or shocking sale. The main goal was engagement, explicitly not direct selling.
And then Claude digs deeper. It asks platform-specific stuff, like what's the ideal length for a Facebook post using this skill? What's the hashtag strategy for Instagram? The right tone for TikTok? That back and forth really refines it.
Okay, but hold on. If I'm, say, a freelancer juggling maybe 5 or 6 different recurring tasks, is it really worth investing the time to spell out 15 super detailed rules for every single platform within one skill?
Well, that's kind of the point of asking the AI to act as the expert builder. It asks better, more targeted questions up front. It helps you build that solid foundation correctly the first time, instead of you having to patch up mistakes later. Saves time in the long run.
Okay, this is where it gets really practical. Let's look at the actual rules from the example skill and the source material, the social media content plan skill.
Yeah, this was cool. For Facebook, the rules were super specific, really sticky. Length, strictly 150 to 200 words. Title, always IN, all CPPS, and it has to include a main keyword. You must use bullet points. And the post absolutely has to end with one open-ended question to get comments going.
Then for Instagram, totally different vibe. A focus on feelings, keep it short, under 50 words, period. And crucially, the rulebook demanded 3 specific brand hashtags, like hard-coded ones, plus 5 relevant trending hashtags. No deviation.
And TikTok was fascinating. It broke it down into a ready-made 15-second video script structure. 3 scenes. Scene 1, seconds 0 to 3, that's your hook. Scene 2, seconds 4 to 10, present the solution. Scene 3, 11 to 15 seconds, call to action. It even asked for a suggested style of audio.
Wow. So, okay, instead of writing this monster prompt explaining all those platform nuances every single time, you just say something simple like, topic, benefits of drinking enough water. Use my social media skill. And boom, the skill handles all those detailed, platform-specific rules automatically.
That's the power of systemizing it, right? So when you give that simple instruction, what's the key rule that stops the AI from accidentally using that short, punchy Instagram caption on Facebook?
It's that strict length requirement. Under 50 words for Insta versus the mandatory 150 to 200 for Facebook. The rulebook kind of polices itself based on those constraints. Mid-roll sponsor, red placeholder. Now, the part that makes this whole concept potentially revolutionary, I think, is the portability. Because these skills are just structured text files inside a zip folder, you can build your rulebook in Claude and then just use it in ChatGPT.
Exactly. You just upload that zip file to a version of ChatGPT that can read files, GPT-4 for instance, and then give it one critical instruction, something like, act like an AI that follows 100% of the rules inside the uploaded file.
So you're essentially giving ChatGPT the exact same detailed training manual that your Claude skill uses. That means you can get consistent, on-brand output across different AI platforms. You're not locked into one vendor. That's huge.
Yeah, and there was another clever trick mentioned. You could actually use a different AI to sort of proofread or upgrade your skills rulebook. Like, use ChatGPT to look for potential logic flaws in your Claude-built skill. For example, it might spot that asking for a trending background sound for TikTok is maybe too vague. What's trending changes constantly.
And the fix was straightforward. Just update the rule. Instead of asking for the trending sound, tell it to suggest a type of music, maybe lo-fi or happy pop music, something the AI can actually deliver consistently.
So this ability to just take the rulebook itself and move it around,
Yeah.
how does that fundamentally change things for us as users? How does it loosen the grip of being tied to just one AI tool?
Well, skills create these abilities that are truly portable and reusable. It shifts the intelligence, or at least the specific operational rules, away from the underlying AI model and puts it into your hands in a format you can share and control. Reduces that platform dependency. So the big question then is, when should you actually invest the time to build one of these skills? The source gave a pretty good rule of thumb. If a task is important enough that you'd normally write up a detailed training guide for a human, then yeah, make it a skill.
Makes sense. So that covers things like recurring jobs, weekly reports maybe,
Yeah.
complex projects like putting together a strategic plan, and definitely anything with really specific rules you have to follow, brand voice, legal disclaimers, data formatting, that kind of stuff.
We saw some great specific examples, like a PowerPoint outline skill. It could be built to always use the 5x5 rule, max 5 lines per slide, max 5 words per line, and maybe enforce a standard 10-slide structure every time, flawlessly.
Or imagine a basic Excel data analysis skill. It could be trained to always follow a set process. First, understand the data columns. Second, suggest data cleaning steps. Third, run basic analysis averages, medians, counts. And fourth, only present the results using clear, formatted bullet points. No rambling.
Whoa. Okay, when you start thinking about scaling that, the potential is pretty wild. The source hints at a future where maybe there's a marketplace. You could just download an expert-created financial analysis skill and instantly plug that sophisticated system into whatever AI tool you prefer.
Right. So let's say you build 2 foundational skills yourself, one for basic SEO analysis maybe, and another for generating meeting summaries. What's the crucial difference in the outcome you're demanding from each of those skills?
Good question. The SEO skill would be laser-focused on output format. structure, hitting keyword targets. Whereas the meeting summary skill is all about accurately capturing the final decisions made and, critically, the specific action items, who needs to do what and by when. Different goals, different rules. So, wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here? This deep dive really highlights a shift, doesn't it? Moving from constantly being in prompt writing mode to more of a proactive ability building mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Skills let you offload that heavy lifting of explaining the context and the rules every single time, which means your actual prompts can become much shorter, much clearer. They just trigger the detailed rulebook you already built.
You're essentially building this library of reusable systems-based intelligence, making complex, often repetitive professional work feel simpler and way more efficient.
But it's not about stopping prompting altogether, right? That's important. You still need to tell the AI what the specific job is for today. You provide the topic, the raw input. But the how is already baked into this skill.
So if you start building this library now, maybe just focus on creating one simple skill this week for a task you repeat. Often you'll likely be way ahead of the curve, ahead of others still grinding out those long, complex prompts from scratch every time.
Yeah, absolutely. So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Think about one core part of your job right now, something that relies heavily on repetition and following specific rules. How quickly could you automate the compliance part of that task? Perfectly, every time, with a single portable skill.